Yeah, right now. So, hi folks. You're looking at Jupiter. So this is a live view of, let's see, Jupiter. Hey. I'm trying to get the chat up so I can... There's something wrong with my YouTube. Let's try it again. Yeah, okay, it's working. Oh, commercials. 6 people in the chat. Can you hear me? Let me see. I think the microphone is working. So, hey, Wido, Vic, oh my, Lily, Conrad, question mark. Hi guys, can you hear me? I think so. Are the tulips up yet? Wait until spring next year. Hey guys, we are looking at a live video feed of Jupiter. I've been tracking Jupiter for about 30 minutes now. And why am I doing that? Well, let me show you. If you look carefully, I know the weather is not perfect here in Utrecht. I'm living in a city in the Netherlands, so yeah, we don't have perfect clear skies here. But if you look carefully, you can see the red spot a little bit towards the left, the bottom left of Jupiter. If you look carefully, and on the right hand side, you see here, or first of all, on the surface, you see a black shadow, a little shadow here in the lower cloud band, and on the right hand side, you'll see a little thing sticking out. That is a moon, one of Jupiter's moons, Io, and Io right now is transiting Jupiter, so it is moving in front of the planet, and the way the sun shines on Io. Or the sun shines on Io, and Io leaves a shadow on Jupiter. So I thought that would be cool to show you that right now. Yes, we can hear you. So, and what I'm doing is I'm taking 1-minute videos right now, and so I wanted to make a little time lapse. So a couple of seconds where we can see like the red spot appearing on the surface of Jupiter, moving a little bit. The red spot will move towards the right, so I'm going to track this for I think an hour or so. I'm making 1-minute videos, and hopefully we will see Io. You can see Io already here. It's a little bit away from Jupiter already, and you can still see the shadow of Io, of that moon, being cast on Jupiter. So I hope you like this kind of live stream. So I'm going to show you this, and I think after half an hour or 1 hour, I will also, I'll be done with this time lapse. So I will definitely have more, yeah, like autonomy. We are free from this time lapse, so I can actually show you also a wide field view of Jupiter with all of the planets, and I will be able to show you, hopefully, Mars in the night sky. So yeah, that's what I have to offer tonight. And is it cold in the Netherlands? Yes, it is below 0 actually today. For the first time, we have freezing temperatures at night. So yeah, that's interesting. On the one hand, it's good because we have most of the time when it's really, really cold, we also have pretty clear skies. But anyway, I do have an issue because of the gas crisis in the Netherlands. A lot of people are now using their fireplace to heat up their homes, their houses, and now we have a lot of smoke in the air, basically. So yeah, it's I can't do anything about that. Greetings from Chile. Hola, Jaime, ¿cómo estás? And Minnesota, Conrad, Sanders. Let me also, because this is, I will keep my eye on Jupiter for the next 30-45 minutes before I'll be able to take a tour with you. Yeah, showing you the other like wider field views and also Mars. But I will check up on this. In the meanwhile, let me just show you what the situation is. So this is a live view. Oh, it's getting better actually, the live view. I'm happy with that. So let me show you Stellarium. So this is the situation right now. Obviously, this is a virtual image of Jupiter. So let me zoom out. Hopefully you can see it. You can see Jupiter is in the southwest for me right now. In the Netherlands, it's 7:30 at night. So we already have dark skies at about 7 o'clock at night because we are, of course, in winter. So we have long nights, basically. And yeah, bear with me, my English is sometimes lacking. But you can see here the live view. The red spot should be appearing on the left of Jupiter. We have here the shadow cast on the surface of Jupiter, and towards the right we'll be able to see Io. And that's exactly what I'm seeing in the live view. So let me switch back to that live view so we can compare it. So obviously my camera is positioned a little bit differently, but here we have, yeah, like I said before, oh, a lot of smoke coming. But here we have the red spot, if you look carefully. Here we have the shadow, and here we have Io is now clearly loose or away from Jupiter already. So anyway, what is that tiny dot on Jupiter? Yes, I just explained it. I think the chat is always running a little bit behind. It's Io, yes. So that's pretty cool. So I'm taking 1 minute videos. This is actually, I think I wanted to take 100 videos or something. Here I'm still at 81. And so every half a minute it will start over and will take another capture, a 1 minute video capture of this planet, of Jupiter. What can I also say? So I will just be waiting until like Io is really further away from Jupiter and the red spot is about in the middle before I'm going to stop the time lapse. And we can see when that is if we look at the virtual view. Virtual view here. So let's move a little bit forward. So let's see. Let's move 1 hour forward. So this will be the view in about 1 hour. I think I will quit then, because then I have this little time lapse. Okay, this is obviously in the reverse, but so this is what I want to capture actually, and I'll wait until that shadow leaves. The shadow of Io will leave the surface of Jupiter. So that's what I'm basically doing, and that will be in about in about an hour. And also I have to cope a little bit because my kids are also downstairs. So sometimes I need to take care of them a little bit. Because yeah, I'm also a dad. But I hope you will enjoy this view. So that's why I showed you this. It is pretty common. Io like orbits Europa, I think every 2 or 3 days. So it happens quite often, but of course you need clear skies. It has to be during the night that the transition is happening. So yeah, sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. So, and I did this once. I did one time lapse, and I want to redo it because the videos were not optimal. But anyway, Conrad, are you going to run it through WinUpos? Yeah, I might be doing that depending on the quality of the pictures. So I'm trying to keep Jupiter in the center here. I'm also guiding. Let's see how that goes. So this is my guiding. So an extra guide scope on the telescope. I have seen better, if I'm completely honest, but there are not so many stars here around Jupiter that my guide scope is capturing right now. So I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. And yes, Conrad, if the quality of the individual pictures are good, are adequate, or yeah, to my liking, I will definitely also run it in WinUpos. And I did it once with another picture, and it really helps to derotate those images and get like a more detailed picture of Jupiter. So yeah. Jaime. Hey, Vignes. Jaime, definitely wintertime or cold weather, or yeah, what is cold weather? When the temperature is lower, your camera will suffer less from noise in your pictures. So with planetary, it's not that big of a deal. But especially if you're going to take longer exposure pictures of the night sky, maybe try to photograph some nebulas, or for instance Andromeda, anything you want long exposures, you will be noticing the difference between high and low temperatures. And that's also why the more expensive deep sky astrophotography cameras actually come with a cooling system. So they have coolers on the sensor that help to keep the temperature of the sensor even below zero temperatures, Celsius then. I don't know exactly what it is in Fahrenheit, but they can cool about to minus 20, minus 15 degrees below 0 Celsius. To really reduce the noise in your pictures. But obviously what I'm doing right now is taking videos. So when you're taking videos, you get here, I have like 50 to 100 frames per second. And then it doesn't matter so much if there is a little noise in the picture. I'm taking about, every minute I'm capturing maybe 5,000 frames, so 5,000 pictures in that video of Jupiter. And there are all kinds of programs like AutoStaggered, to then select the highest quality frames, put them together to create a nice picture of that planet. So yeah, save America once again. Hey, this is not a political channel, Mike will win Etsy. But I have to admit, I'm in the Netherlands, right? So I'm not I'm not located in the US. You probably heard it already because I have a strong Dutch accent. So I'm in Northwestern Europe. And actually the issue we have in the Netherlands is you have a 2-party system, but in the Netherlands we have like a 30-party system or something. So that's a whole different ball game, as you say, I think, in the US. Orion constellation was beautiful last night. Yeah. That is also very. Who is this? Marco Cambrai or Cambrai. Yeah. I also noticed already. Maybe we can go back to Stellarium so I can show you. So I was actually thinking maybe I should do deep sky. So deep sky being imaging object outside of the solar system. And the reason for it is if we zoom out, can you see it? Let me check. Yeah, so obviously we have Jupiter, and I want to get back to Mars in 45 minutes. I want to show you Mars live, but also why it is so interesting to image Mars. That is also why I put up my planetary telescope and not my deep sky gear. But Marco is referring to this. So let me move a little bit forward. It's still focused on Jupiter. So what you can see here is, for me, that will be like 11 or 12 o'clock. You can here see the constellation Orion in the night sky. And of course, that is like the holy grail. When you start astrophotography imaging, one of the first things you want to do is to look at the constellation Orion, and in particular you have Orion's sword, that is as it is called. So we have Orion's belt here. Maybe I can put the constellations up. Where is it? So this is basically Orion, the hunter. So you can detect this constellation in the night sky. It will be clearly visible for you with Betelgeuse, and this star is about to go supernova, by the way. Betelgeuse, a super giant star. Rigel, also very, very bright star. But anyway, if you look at the middle of Jupiter, here in the middle, you have Orion's belt, and then below Orion's belt, of course, we call it Orion's sword, but you have here the Orion Nebula. So this is a place where new stars are born. And yeah, you can take beautiful pictures. That is a very satisfying target if you just start out doing astrophotography. And also when you're doing astrophotography for years now, I always come back to the Orion Nebula because it's so pretty. And there's this Running Man Nebula on the side. And of course, most of you will already know it. But if you look at this star, Alnitak, it's the left star in Orion's belt. You will also be able to capture the Flame Nebula and the Horsehead Nebula, very famous from the Hubble pictures. So yeah, definitely also a good time to do some deep sky astrophotography, and in particular the Orion, the Orion constellation has a lot of nice nebulas, and you can also take a wide field picture of the constellation. It's also beautiful. Anyway. Oh, let me see how I'm doing. You can now clearly see that Io is towards the right of Jupiter, right? Towards the right. Yeah. So I like this. This is pretty cool to see this moon transitioning in front of the surface of another planet. I can never get enough of it. I don't know. I'm kind of addicted to see this image and this view. Super nice to just see this in real time. And here we also have the red spot. You maybe need a little bit of fantasy to see it, but I can make it out. It's a little bit more orangey than the brownish cloud bands on Jupiter. And by the way, this is I'm imaging with an 8-inch telescope. And if you want super nice images of the planets, I would say 8-inch aperture telescopes are at least what you need, and preferably you want to go higher than that, maybe a 10-inch or a 12-inch aperture. So that would be 200 millimeters would be 8-inch, but you also have 10-inch. I think 9¼ inch is like 235, and 10-inch is 250 millimeters. These different measures between Europe and the US, they are a bit difficult, but aperture is mostly in inches. So the higher your aperture is, the better you'll be able to spot details on the planet's surface. That's what I wanted to say. Who do we have here? Have you tried taking 2-minute videos? Should it be possible with an 8-inch scope without blurring or need for renewable? 7 Skies Astro. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of experimenting with multi-minute videos, 1-minute videos, and to be perfectly honest, I think if you have an 8-inch telescope, you can maybe push it to 2 minutes, but not beyond that. I would say, and I'm always keeping it safe. I'm always taking 1-minute videos, and I'm trying to get the FPS, the frames per second, as high as possible. I'm not very successful at the moment, so the most important thing is that to get many frames in that 1-minute time frame. So what I did, if you cannot see it, I think it's too small, but my capturing area is only 640 by 480 pixels, and that really allows me to, like, by limiting the capturing area, that really helps to increase the speed with which your camera can actually make a video of the moon. You can see it, a lot of wobbling here, so it's taking like 60 to 100 pictures every second. And if you do that, so it's like a paparazzi planetary camera. If you do that, if you take a lot of images, that is, I think, more important as compared to the minutes in itself, the exposure time itself. So yeah, and I'm always taking 1-minute videos and then process them in WinUpus when I want to derotate the images. Anyway, that's a bit technical maybe for people who are not aware of, who are not imaging. So for people who are not imaging, you can just also enjoy the night sky, go outside and watch Jupiter. It should be towards the south in the night sky if you're in the northern hemisphere. So yeah, and enjoy the view. It's the bright star in the south. It's the brightest object in the southern evening sky right now. Whoa, let's check the chat. I should have... my hair is terrible. I see myself now. Oh my god. Okay. In my opinion, the angle of the planets is noticeably lower at your latitude. Yeah, but I cannot change it, Marshall. So that's, of course, you're correct. So I'm at 52 degrees latitude in the Netherlands. So maybe I can show it to you. Do I actually have... I don't, I think. I didn't open a website with the globe, with a map of the Earth. Maybe I can just do Google Maps. Let me check it. Let me show you. Maybe like this. Let's see if that works. New window capture. Maps. You should be able to see it now, I guess. Let me. So, let me show you. I'm here in the Netherlands. So this is Utrecht. So let me zoom out. Oh, it's a bit slow. Okay, so this is the Netherlands. Yeah, we have, of course, the UK here, Germany here, France and Italy and Spain, and a little bit towards the south, of course. But look, I'm at 52 degrees latitude, so that's pretty much about Canada, I would guess. Anyway, Canada, I think. So for us, the planets are mostly here towards the south is Jupiter right now. So the planets are mostly on the scale of... Can I zoom out? Actually, they are a bit here in the night sky. They are on this equal plane with the equator. So when you're living here in like 52 degrees latitude, you will have Jupiter lower in the night sky as compared to like living in Spain or even living in the north of Morocco, or so for the US would be the southern US or even maybe Mexico. You will get a view of Jupiter that's higher in the night sky as compared to where I am. But yeah, the only thing I could do is move. Yeah, I'm not going to move. I'm not so, yeah. So let's go back to the live view actually. And this is pretty awesome. I do need to take care of something because I see that Jupiter is drifting a little bit towards the left. So I want to make a quick correction after the video is captured. Sorry, I should also get some water. Jaime. In Chile, Jupiter is around 9 local, Mars is at 2 local. Yeah. Yeah, Jaime, December 8 is the opposition. That's true, but you also have Jupiter at perigee. And that's what most me... Oh, wait. I will first make this correction. I will explain to you why you... If you have the chance... of course, 8 December gives you a very good view of Jupiter because... Mars, sorry. Because Mars is exactly aligned with the Earth. And Earth will be in between the Sun and Mars. But actually, if you go a little bit before that, though, the 1st of December will actually be the closest distance between Earth and Mars. And also on the 8th of December, during opposition, you will have a full moon in the sky. So those are some things to take into account. But anyway, I wanted to show you something. Oh yeah, I wanted to make a correction. Wait, I have to do my job. Oh, not this one. Let's see. Is it? Oh, it's capturing. Okay, 10 seconds to go, and then I will try to make a small correction to put Jupiter back in the center again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Go, 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 go. Stop the guiding. And then try to reposition Jupiter. I have to be quick. A little bit. Nope. Other way. So now is it centered again? I think. More or less. Good enough. and then I will restart that guiding. Close. And here we go again. So you can clearly see now that Io is moving away from the Jupiter surface. I always like this picture. Pretty cool to see that the moon is just flying away from its parent planet. And we have the red spot here right almost in the middle now. So you can really see that, you can really see the dynamics here of the Jupiter system. So the Jupiter turns around its own axis every 10 hours. So super quick for such a big planet. It moves very fast around its own axis. And you regularly have these moons, like especially the Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Callisto, and Ganymede. And Io most frequently because that moon is closest to Jupiter. It will transit the surface of Jupiter we are looking at every so often. So every two days, I think, even. And with the Europa, it's about every 4 days. So sometimes you also have two moons transiting the surface of Jupiter at the same time. That's super cool to watch. So Chris, hey Wido, nice to see you. Thanks, Chris. Nice to see you too on the chat. My latitude is 44 degrees. That's better, Conrad. I'm at 52. Hello, Savior. Are you going to save us? I'm around 37 degrees in New York City. So actually, I was always thinking that we were at the latitude of New York, but that's not true. So I think, yeah, if I eyeball it here, we are much more on the. I should have a latitude. Can I put that latitude on? Location. Tips and tricks. Layers. More. Terrain. Do I actually latitude, and can you have latitude in maps? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Anyway, let me show you this again. So we're talking about latitudes. And look at that Io. Look at that moon go. I really like it. Oh, I might just be looking at this for the next half hour. I would like to have the time-lapse where Io flies beyond this, like beyond the screen of the video, beyond this capture. At least I want to capture it until the shadow. You can see the shadow is now on the right-hand side of Jupiter. I want to take videos until the shadow has left, Io's shadow has left the surface of Jupiter. So, yeah, we're talking about latitude. So here is, let's see. Maybe I should just put it up like this, right? We will return to Jupiter in a minute. So just to give you an idea, I am here in the Netherlands. So here. Belgium, Germany, sorry, this is the Dutch version, of course. Frankrijk, Duitsland, so this is Germany, France. Belgium, the Netherlands, UK. So when I look here, so what do we have here? So this is definitely not the US. So I think we are, let me zoom out. We are on the position of like, latitude position of Canada. Maybe Nova Scotia, Quebec, Ottawa. Here, I think. Very interesting, because I always thought we were at like here, New York, but New York will be more on the latitude of Spain then. Anyway, I'm always learning something in these live streams from you guys, so thanks. Planets are the best show for this end of the year. Yeah, I agree. So I was also thinking, let me also show you this. So look at Io. Yeah, I really like it. Oh, it's drifting a little bit again towards the left, but it's not very it's not so important. I think as long as I have a relatively stable 1 minute video, I can, I can do something in post-processing with pip and everything. Anyway, you see here IO and a red spot. So this is what I promised in the live video, right? To show you the planets. So maybe I should stop talking about latitude and just show you Jupiter here. So, yeah, really cool. Yeah, let me just show you the position of the planets. Maybe that's also nice. So I'm checking 69 videos to go. I don't know if I will capture like these 69 all. So that would be over an hour still, but I'm just waiting until, yeah, like I said, the shadow of Io will leave the surface of Jupiter, and hopefully I have some high quality videos. But you see the wobbling? That is the atmosphere. But sometimes you see like Jupiter taking on a very different shape, like for 1 or 2 seconds. And that is definitely the fireplace of the neighbors, the fireplaces of the neighbors. And all the smoke that it is generated. So they are just, yeah, basically putting all that CO2 back in the atmosphere. Anyway, you don't want to freeze to death, of course, I understand. And let me show you the position of the planets. Right now, I'm using this. Where is it? Ooh. How did I call it? Ah, here it is, I think. So this is Solar Scope Live, something like Solar System Scope it's called. So when we look, this is a real-time picture of the positions of the planets here in our solar system. So obviously the sun in the center here. So why I want to show you Mars is, you can look here. Can you see it? So Mars is super close to Earth right now, or yeah, relatively close to Earth. It's still about 80 million kilometers, so don't let this picture fool you. The planets are not to scale. There's still more than 80 million kilometers in between, but in its orbit around the sun, we are now very close to Mars. And right now we are, of course, imaging Jupiter, but let me try to get a perspective here. So you can see, I hope I'm not making you seasick. So we are very close to Mars right now. So that's definitely the planet to image. And yeah, Jupiter is already a little bit towards the right of the Earth. So definitely not the closest planet in the night sky, but still visible in the south in the evening sky. In the evening sky. And if you look towards the southwest west, you will still be able to spot Saturn in the evening sky. So I'm waiting for Mars to get a little bit above the horizon. Can I show you? It was this one. Here we have Io again, and the red spot also clearly visible. I like what I'm seeing. Let's hope I can make a time lapse. If I'm able to produce a decent time lapse, I will of course put it in my community tab. I don't know if anybody knows, YouTube does have community tabs where it allows creators to post their images. So I will try to post a time-lapse video, short video of Jupiter when this capturing is successful. Sorry about that. I should have that water. Haantje, dat is lang geleden. I don't know who you are, Haantje. So how are you? I'm fine. As you can see, we have a live view of Jupiter in the night sky. From the Netherlands, because Haantje is definitely Dutch. So translated, his handle is Rooster. So we have here the red spot in the center. The red spot visible in the center here on the surface of Jupiter. We have the shadow of Io and the moon Io in this video feed. So pretty cool to watch. So yeah, I will be tracking Jupiter for another half hour, and then I will be able to play around with like the wide field view of Jupiter. I can show you the moons, the rest of the moons, where they are, and we will of course move to Mars. So anyway, maybe I should just, I have to check up on my children also, so let me just give you this live view. I will put out the webcam and put some music on. I will be back in about 5 minutes. I have to check up on my kids. I think they're doing fine. They are laughing. So let's see. Do I have to see you in about 5 minutes. So hi guys, I'm back. My daughters were playing video games, they were doing fine. So we see I have a little bit of drifting. So I like this view. That's what I was looking for. I'm already happy. My night already succeeded. I have Io in the field of view here. The shadow of Io on the right hand side of Jupiter, and we have the red spot. I want to reposition Jupiter. Let's wait for 10 seconds. Let's see. 5 seconds to go. I'm taking 1 minute video captures of the planet. Alright. So let's move. Let's kill the guiding. Let's reposition Jupiter. Hopefully a bit. This is good enough. And yep, let's start guiding again. So here we go. Almost, the shadow is almost gone. And yeah, as you can see, the red spot is in the middle. I started tracking, let me show you. So I started tracking a while back when the red spot was just appearing on the surface of Jupiter. So I hope I will get a nice little time lapse out of this this evening. So you're chatting about Barlow lenses, I think. A big Dobsonian, Jaime. That's also cool. But the Dobsonian, do you have like the biggest challenge in it of a Dobsonian is often that you have manual guiding, right? You have to track the planets yourself. But of course, Dobsonian telescopes are relatively cheap, so yeah, you can maybe afford a 10 or even a higher aperture 10-inch telescope. I have seen some amazing images, planetary images of people using a Dobsonian telescope. 20-inch. Who has a 20-inch telescope? I will stop by and I want to see. I want to look through that eyepiece. Anyway, so for those who just tuned in, I'm creating a time-lapse video of Jupiter because we have Io transitioning in front of Jupiter. You can clearly see the moon on the right-hand side of the planet. We have the shadow of Jupiter still on the right side of Jupiter being cast on the surface of the planet. It's almost gone. And we have the right spot in the middle. And let me just recap what I was trying to capture. So let's show you Stellarium. So Jupiter is now, for me, is this true now? Wait. So this is the actual, so Jupiter for me is now high, at the highest it can be in the south sky. And this is of course a virtual view of what we are looking at in real time. So I always like it to switch between, this is what I'm actually capturing here with my telescope, with an 8-inch aperture telescope. And this is the view I should be about getting. And I think that's you see here also the shadow of Io cast on Jupiter. So Stellarium is a pretty nice free available software tool. I always use it to check the rotation of the planets and also the moons in front of the planets or behind the planets to know what is happening. And of course you can then, because you can move forward in time and backwards in time. And I think I started an hour ago with the capture. So I think it was about 7-ish. So hopefully I have now good videos of like the shadow being in the middle of Jupiter and then moving a little bit towards the right, away from Jupiter, that moon, and then the red spot in the middle. That's what I was going for. So pretty cool. if I would be able to create that timeless video. Some people just would just say, hey, just use Stellarium. Why are you looking at the night sky? You can just download Stellarium and most of it is there. But yeah, I am a planetary imager and an astrophotographer. I just like to look at these live video feeds of the planets to really see them in the night sky and also know where they are in the night sky. And yeah, I'm having so much fun doing astrophotography and planetary imaging. So yeah. Yeah, Alex, I hope it will. I hope we will get a cool time-lapse out of it. And of course I will be posting that time-lapse on my community tab. So for those of you who wonder about the positions of the planets, let's look at that. So I already showed this for you, but I will show it again for those of you who are joining a little bit later. So right now we are capturing Jupiter, but Jupiter is actually already moving away from the Earth, or actually the Earth is moving away from Jupiter because we orbit the Sun a lot faster than Jupiter. So the best time, if we rewind this year, basically, the best time to image Jupiter was in September, at the end of September, when Jupiter was in opposition. So this would be the closest distance from the Earth to Jupiter. But right now, actual time, let's put it to actual time, the best planet to image is Mars. As you can see here, we are very close to Mars. Mars will be at perigee, so that would mean the closest distance from the Earth to Mars will happen on the 1st of December, so the night from the 30th of November 30 to December 1. You should try to image Mars if possible, because Mars will be closest to Earth on that date. And then a little bit further down, at the 8th of December, we will have also a pretty cool thing. So that's Mars at opposition, as they call it. So that would be the 8th of December, meaning that the Earth will be exactly in between the Sun and Mars. And if you look here closely, you can also see that we will have a full moon during that night. And I did find out this. Let me show you. So we have a full moon. We have Mars on the 8th of December in opposition. And what do we have more? So let me show you Stellarium. So if we move to that time, so we move towards the 8th of, like, oh, sorry. It's like early on in the morning, I guess. Oh, wait. I'm doing all kinds of crazy stuff now. So here we have Mars. So let's move towards the 8th of December when Mars is in opposition. So here we have it. You see, we have the full moon then in the south, and Mars will be at opposition on the 8th of December. And let me show you what happens. For me, it's in the early morning. But if you are in the US, it will happen during the night. Or during the evening, I guess. Was it the 8th? I thought it was the 8th. Oh, but this is already the 9th. So let's go back to the 8th. So this is what I wanted to show you. So this is for me early morning, or like late at night, 4 o'clock. So it will be during night, like 12 o'clock maybe in the US. We will have the moon moving in front of Mars on the night of the opposition. So that's pretty cool. You could have a timelapse video with Mars like disappearing behind the moon and reappearing again. The total transition of the moon in front of Mars, it will take, so it's called an occultation, if I'm correct. So it takes about 1 hour, this occultation. So the moon will basically be in front of Mars. So definitely something to check out. Probably we will have a lot of clouds in the Netherlands, but I let's hope for the best. I would like to show you that particular image. So now we can see here the latest. This is the live view of Jupiter. We have Io here, moving away from Jupiter. We still see a little bit of shadow, but it's on the far right of the planet. And we have now the red spot in the dead center, in the center of the lower cloud band of Jupiter. Yeah, Alex, I think so. I was super excited when I found out that that particular occultation, it's called, I think, was happening on the 8th. Oxidize is here. Good evening. So as you can see, we are looking at a live view of Jupiter. I'm doing a time-lapse Oxidize. So I'm waiting a bit for the shadow of Io to disappear from the planet's surface. I know it's not super dynamic, but I really want to capture this time-lapse video. I think I took about, I asked SharpCap to make about 100 videos. And let me show you, it's now capturing another one. So let me see how many videos it captured already for me. Oxidize, you think it's cool? Yeah. I always like looking at planets in the night sky live here from my balcony in the Netherlands. And we do have some clear skies because we are in luck actually. If you look at the sky for tonight, the weather, was it this one? No. This one. So if we look at the weather tonight, so you could see clouds. So I'm here, the blue dot basically. And yeah, the London is also clear, the UK, but there will be cloud band moving over here. And Germany, I think it's pretty clear, but there are some clouds. France is also a good place to be right now. How is the weather in the US? It's also clear. Is it? Nah, not really. You have a lot of haze in Michigan. Anyway, so I know that we have this one clear night tonight, and I was actually thinking about doing some deep sky, but then I found out that this was happening, that we would be able to see the red spot and the moon Io transitioning in front of Jupiter. So then I decided to take my planetary telescope and my equipment, put it up, and I polar aligned, and it's pretty well polar aligned. I still see some drifting, but that is, I think, because Jupiter, of course, is not exactly following the same speed as the stars, the guide star that I'm guiding on the guide star, of course, and not the planet. So that is, I think, causing the slight drifting. But there are not so many stars here. I'm at about 0.4, 0.5 for RA index, so I'm happy with that. I think I will. Let me check how many videos I've taken already. Oxidize is living in an apartment. You have not so nice neighbors. Oh, you have border class 3 with your parents in Twente. Why don't you have nice neighbors? Aren't they... Can't you explain, if you want to do astrophotography, what you are doing? I basically moved to a new home this summer. And the first thing I had to tell them is that I was doing some astrophotography. So I said, yeah, I will regularly put up my telescope in the backyard and on the balcony. So, but luckily they took it pretty well. So for those of you outside of the Netherlands is I think one of the most densely populated countries in the world. So a lot of people living together in like relatively not so tiny houses, by the way. But there are a lot of spots where people live close together, so you have to take care of each other. And most of the time it's okay. I mean, my neighbor had to laugh when I told him. He said, "Really? You are like the biggest peeping Tom in the neighborhood." But that was actually like a joke. And he said, "Yeah, I would like to see it one time what you're doing." So I invited him, of course. So I still have to do that. To invite my neighbors during one of these nights. They could also just watch the live streams, but yeah, I'm kind of hesitant. They are a bit older. I don't think my English is not so good, but their English will be even worse probably. So it's much nicer to invite them during a clear night and then just show them how the planets look through the eyepiece, I think, or maybe on the computer screen. I have neighbors who messing it up for people. Drugs, usage and fight. Jesus. Oxygize, where are you? In Amsterdam? Oh, that's not so nice. Ranjit, hello. Welcome to the stream. We are looking at a live video feed of Jupiter right now. For me, it is 8:30, so 8:30. And I was super happy to find out that tonight the red spot of Jupiter is visible and the Io, the moon Io. So you can see now that Io is on the right, and I think we cannot detect the shadow of Io on Jupiter anymore, as you can see. A big white cloud on the top left of the red spot. Really? Yeah, there is something there, yeah? Is that just how the red spot looks nowadays? I have to check my previous images. We could also check out Stellarium. Let me see. So move back to tonight. So we will, of course, do some other stuff, like we are going to look at Mars as well, if I can find it in the night sky. So the picture here is just not showing like a bright spot. But yeah, you can detect a little bit of flashing. Yeah, could be interesting to see what it actually is. Can you see it in the picture on Stellarium? I don't think so, huh? Oh, you're not... am I showing it? Here. There's not a significant white. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. Oh, here we go. The fireplaces of the neighbors. You can see sometimes that all of a sudden we have this haze. And that is probably because my neighbors, they are using their fireplace almost every night now. We used to have people who were just burning their gas. But now we have a lot of wood, like fireplaces and burning of wood in the houses because of the gas prices in the Netherlands. And the consequence is that sometimes we have clear skies, but then even if we have clear skies, then we have some smoke in front of the planet. And these are also, I checked the astronomical seeing in the Netherlands. It's not the best night, but at least we have clear skies, which is rare in the Netherlands during winter. So I will take every opportunity I can get and just capture the planets, capture some deep sky targets if I can. I'm not looking for the best picture. I'm just looking for a picture or a video. Maybe I should just try to move it again. Let me do one last. Where is that guiding? Let's quit the guiding here. Let's go back. Let's put it in the center again. A bit more towards the east. I think this is okay. Maybe a bit higher. Like here. Yeah, this is fine. So I will, I think, spend maybe 5 or 10 extra minutes, if you don't mind, on this transition of Io in front of Jupiter. So 50 remaining. So I guess I have about 50 videos, 51-minute video captures of this transition now. So that is pretty nice. I hope to get some good quality pictures out of it and a small time lapse. Goedenavond, Wido. Regio Antwerpen compleet bewolkt. Really? So Belgium is clouded. Oh, Vic, you're also from Belgium, right? Mm. So maybe I should check the cloud radar then. Let's see, wolkenradar. Satellite Europe. Can I actually find a better Sat24? Does this look cool? Nah. Can I enlarge the view? Oh, you're not seeing it, sorry. So how do I put this up? Allow. Maybe zoom in a little bit then. Can I show you this? Here it is. So this is the situation in Europe right now. So let's go back to the website. So I did say France is clear, but it is not really. It's just we have this big cloud band moving in across. Oh, it's like it's over UK right now. So a lot of clouds in the UK, but Belgium. Can I zoom in here? How does this work? Maybe I should just go to wolkenradar. It's like a Dutch site. It shows you the clouds in, I think you can put it into satellite and infrared also. I think it's about the same image. So this is the situation now in, so this is a bit closer here. Can you see it? So this is, it's a bit strange, wait. Oh. Me and managing the screens. It's oh my god. Okay. You can see it anyway. Doesn't matter so much how I position it. But you can see here the Netherlands. It is kind of clear, but we still have haze in the night sky. It's not a perfect clear night. And Belgium, definitely you have some clouds, but if I see it correctly, later during the evening it will maybe be a bit better. Germany also has some clouds. Now, anyway, this is the situation we have right now. Maybe I don't like this image actually. Maybe we should check this. Anyway, let's just go back to Jupiter, and I will just enjoy the clear skies as long as they stay here in the Netherlands. We still have clear skies, as you can see. Sorry to bother you with the forecast. I'm always checking out the weather in the Netherlands, and yeah, it can, especially in wintertime, you can have 1, 2, or 3 hours of clear skies, and then all of a sudden you get clouds again. So that's also something to take into account. So when you're doing deep sky astrophotography, sometimes, yeah, you want to spend like an entire night or maybe even a couple of nights on a single deep sky object, because you're going to take these long exposure pictures. You need to stack many of them to create a nice image. Except for Orion, by the way. Orion is pretty bright in the night sky, so you can take a picture of Orion, maybe only spending 30 seconds, like 30 minutes to 1 hour. If you take a couple of pictures, you can create a nice image of the Orion Nebula already. But most deep sky astrophotography targets, they need a couple of hours, sometimes even 10, 15, 20 hours of long exposure pictures before you can create a nice stacked image. And you don't have those like 2, 3 nights in a row of clear skies in wintertime, or at least not in the Netherlands. So then planetary imaging is really a nice alternative. So I've been doing some like Jupiter imaging, I did some Mars imaging, I looked at the moon. I have a chromosphere filter, a sun filter. I can also look at the surface of the sun if there are any sunspots. So this is how I try to stay engaged in the winter, doing planetary imaging and astrophotography. And I know that in March or something, March, April, skies will be much clearer again in the Netherlands, and I will have another opportunity to do some deep sky imaging. So I don't know how you let me know how you spend the winter with your hobby, with your astrophotography hobby in the chat. No clouds in Chile. Que bien. So Jaime, are you imaging right now? Mr. Django has to laugh. Okay. Oh, you're oh, that's a bit dark, Vic. That my stream is the only way to enjoy the planets. I hope you will also have. There will be a night where Belgium is completely clear and the Netherlands only has clouds. I'm sure. I'm sure it will happen. So yeah, I don't know where Vic is from. I don't think it's Antwerp. I lived close to Antwerp in the Netherlands. I lived in Bergen op Zoom. That's a city close to the southern border, the southwestern border of Belgium. It's only about 30 kilometers away. I actually spent a couple of like weekends in Belgium or in Antwerp. I know the people hate the Dutch there. When we go to Antwerp, we are always too loud, talking too much, whatever. We are not well-behaved people, the Dutch. Of course, some of us are, but yeah, you have these large groups, and when you have large groups of Dutch, they put on orange T-shirts, and then yeah. So, still the red spot is. I think that the image is actually getting a bit better. And I was afraid that we would have some fog in the air, but I think it's not on my scope right now. This is about the best I can get from the Netherlands, so I'm happy with that. So the red spot in the center now, definitely the shadow of Io has left the surface of Jupiter. That's what I was going for. 47 remaining. So how much more time will I spend on this target? So I think I have like I was capturing from the moment that Io was already on the right of Jupiter, because when I was first starting this live stream, if you rewind the video, maybe you can see it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it when I post the video, when I stop streaming. You can do it right now. I don't care. But I think Io was already here, almost to the right of Jupiter. So I think I have this, like, Io is all the way over here now. So I have this. You can definitely detect a movement if I if I can create a time-lapse video, you will definitely see the movement of Io away from Jupiter. I have enough videos for that. De vogeltjesmarkt. Antwerpse vogelenmarkt. Even kijken. Here we again. Cloudy here in Germany. Dries. Yes, Dries. I spotted Germany, but I actually thought you would have clear skies tonight, but it isn't. It isn't clear. I think we are a bit in luck in the Netherlands. Sometimes we are lucky because we are close to the seaside. Actually, the seaside is producing some bad quality skies for us, so that's a minus. But on the same, because we are close to the seaside, a lot of times it clears up. I don't know why during the night. But definitely, you want to live in the for instance in the south of Spain or in the south of Europe if you want to do some decent astrophotography in Europe. Yeah, Spain would be like a good place, I think. Italy, I was actually kind of surprised that there is so much light pollution in Italy. I was a little bit, yeah, like surprised. I was a little bit, yeah, like. I took all of my gear to Rome, and then we went outside Rome in the hills, but still there was a lot of light pollution. Anyway, I also went to Greece. That was a great spot to do some astrophotography. I didn't have my gear with me, but the skies are super clear, and there are places, there are islands in Greece where you don't have a lot of light pollution, so that's perfect. Oh, you saw that? That was definitely some smoke from the neighbors. Leaving the chimney. Oh, again. Ooh, that is terrible. Yeah. So I think maybe I will quit this time lapse, and then let's move around a bit and let's do some live. Let's zoom out. Let's check out the other moons around Jupiter. So you can definitely see that now the image is getting worse. I think it's the smoke. But I will also check my my telescope, by the way. Let's see. This is, I think, we are now in what kind of capture? Let's see, 45 remaining. You know what? I will let it run for another minute, and then I will definitely will move around. But I have to warn you, I have my planetary setup, so yeah, deep sky is a bit tricky. We will be able to move to Mars, though, so that's the first thing I will do. Let's check out where Mars is in the night sky. Jaime is doing astrophotography every night in his bello cielo. I do know some Spanish. That means clear skies, right? Or nice skies. At the moment, still daylight. Yes. So you see, we live on the globe. Anyway, Chile would be nice to visit. You're in the southern hemisphere, I think. You can see totally different constellations and deep sky targets, I guess. What I didn't want to show you Mars. Where is Mars? I want to check if Mars is already a little bit above the horizon, because that's always tricky in the Netherlands, because I'm at 52 degrees latitude. So here's Mars in the eastern sky. It's climbing. Can you see it? Yeah. So Mars here. Mars is, by the way, way smaller than Jupiter. So I'm just setting you up for, like, okay, this will not be the same view. Mars will be a little bit smaller. I will be able to zoom in a little bit more. So let's see how far we get. Mars, there's no altitude here. Oh, I didn't check it. So let me check out the altitude of Mars. Oh, it's going away. Mars in the night sky, azimuth altitude. That's what we need. So the altitude is 23 degrees. That's okay for the Netherlands. Okay, but it will of course move higher in the sky. We also have the Pleiades here. Cool. So let's see. It will climb here. 45 degrees, 50 degrees. And here it will stay. So the highest Mars will get is, sorry, I'm just checking this out for myself. 60 degrees. So 59 degrees is the highest in the sky Mars will get. So the degrees are 0 at the horizon and 90 completely overhead. So for the Netherlands, that is, I think, about the best we can get. All right. So here we are again, Jupiter. I can, of course, wait until Io is completely away from the picture, but I will not do that. Let's see. Am I capturing still? I think so. Oh, my chat. Where's my chat? Dries is saying something. Used to have a 4,500 Newton in the 19s in South Africa. Wow. Dries. Schön. Africa. Clear winter skies with the cold, stable air was awesome. Yeah, I can imagine. And yeah, so if you have dark skies and you have a clear night, it's super cool to just go out and you do some visual astronomy. Stack frames and get an image out. Yes, Arwin, you can stack images. But it's not so nice for planetary. If you're going to do some deep sky astrophotography, and then definitely you can use here. It's live. It's called live stack, and you can do live stacking, so you can see the picture develop in real time. So it will stack. It will align the stars, and it will stack your pictures live, and it can also save every individual image you take. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know until I think 2 weeks ago how that worked. At the end of a planetary session, I just focused on the core of the Orion Nebula, and then I found out that you could actually live stack in SharpCap. I need more. I need to spend more time in each of these capturing programs because they are so versatile and useful. And I know maybe 20-30% on all the functionalities here, of all the functionalities. Is Jupiter in the sky right now? Rola, yes. I don't know where you are in the world, on the globe. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, just look towards the south in the evening sky, and you will spot a very bright star, and that's actually Jupiter. So I'm going to quit this. I think I have enough, right? It's 42, but I like round numbers. Autism. No, I don't have autism, but a little bit. So maybe I should I will spend like 2 more minutes, if it's all right with you, on this picture. On Jupiter, on this video feed. At least for Europe. Rola, you saw Mars? Yep. Mars should be in the eastern sky if you're in the northern hemisphere. Also in the southern, I guess. So just look towards the east during the night. You see an orangey star in the night sky. That's Mars. So good for you, Rola. I hope you had a good time looking at Mars. Because I'm always fascinated to think about, or actually seeing that there are surface details on these dots, on these planets, which makes you realize these are these are other worlds in our own solar system. Yeah, pretty awesome to just realize that we could visit. We already visited with a lot of spacecraft, of course, taking images, and maybe at one point we will. At least we are going back to the moon. That's something. And of course, later we will go back to Mars. Is still the promise. So let's hope for the best. Let's see what happens. I know that a lot of people are following the Artemis 1 mission right now. If you are into that, I think it's Monday in the afternoon for me. So that would be, at least you have to check out because your time zone may be different. But on Monday, Artemis, like the Orion spacecraft flying towards the moon, will be at the moon during that time. So on Monday, they should be able to get a live feed. So like a live feed of the Orion spacecraft flying across the moon at about 80 nautical miles. I checked. So it will be about 150 kilometers or 80 nautical miles above the surface of the moon. So that they should get pretty awesome views of the craters on the moon, and maybe even an Earthrise, like Earth rising, yeah, in the sky when they are circling the moon. So that would be great to watch. Let's hope all goes well. Yeah, I'm kind of done here. Let's see, 41. 10 seconds to go, so I will quit the capturing. I'm actually a little bit worried about all the data I think I have 300 gigabytes on the hard disk. I think with these kind of videos, they are 2 or 3 gigabytes in size. So let me just stop it here. Oh, it's buffering the frames, okay. Have you ever viewed a solar eclipse? Rola, there was a partial, not full solar eclipse, but there was a partial solar eclipse, which were particularly very nicely visible in Russia. But yeah, for obvious reason, I couldn't travel to Russia, so we stayed in the Netherlands. And in the Netherlands, we had a partial solar eclipse, so that would be the moon covering about 20 to 25% of the sun. And we had a lot of clouds during that day, but I was able to broadcast that live. So if you check out my channel, you will find a couple of videos showing you the partial solar eclipse. But I never experienced a full solar eclipse. That would be so nice. I think there's one next year in Australia. Happy birthday, Terry. Terry is... So... Where's Terry? I missed it, sorry. You always have a smile on your face. Yeah, when I'm looking at the planets I have, Arvid. I'm just fascinated by this. And I'm fascinated also by the technology that allows you to just... allows us to be able to see these planets in a bit of detail from our backyards. It's very interesting. I think astrophotography was very different in the 80s. So I was born in 1977. And I was always fascinated with space. Yeah. But I didn't own a telescope when I was young. And maybe the people who did, I think they needed to track manually. When was PhD2 developed? You know? Maybe we can look at it, like the about section. Am I showing you this? Yeah. So PhD2, is it there somewhere here? 2006. So I guess before 2006 you didn't have PhD2. Like PhD2 is making sure the you're tracking the object in the night sky as accurate as possible. I don't know, they did have some motorized equatorial mounts back then. And I think they did the guiding manually, actually, making small corrections to the motorized drives in the 80s. Anyway, let's have some fun with this, and let's zoom out here. I stopped the guy. Oh, it's still capturing, sorry. Stop, don't wait, kill this capture. Sometimes it's a bit cancel. Ah, that's it. So... of course, yeah, this is the nicest view of Jupiter, to be honest. But we can do the wide field. This is the widest I can get. Let me show you that. So wide field view of Jupiter here. Oh, something happened. It's not showing it. Ooh. So why is it not... The camera froze. Oh no. Sorry about that. Let me check out why. Oh, here we go. Oh, I think it had some trouble with... So this is the wide field view anyway. So this is the widest field view I can have of Jupiter right now. Oh, we see a lot of... There's maybe some lighting here in the neighborhood. That's not great. But anyway, let's not dwell on that. So when we increase the exposure time, we should be able to see the planets around Jupiter. Here we are. So definitely the 4 Galilean moons. 2 on the left and 2 on the right. We know though the closest one, that's Io. We just imaged that one. We tracked that one. So let me find out where the other moons are. Which the other moons are. Oh, my English, it's terrible. I should take a course. So where is Jupiter? Let's go back here. And okay, let's zoom in on Jupiter here. So here you can see what... Am I showing you this? Yeah. A little bit closer maybe. Yeah. So we have Callisto and Europa on the left. Io, yeah, definitely on the right. We saw it already. And Ganymede on the far right. So that's what we are looking at. So this is... we have... Oh, I forgot already. Terrible. So let me show you the live screen. Callisto, Europa, Io, Ganymede. Okay. So here. This is live. This is Callisto. This is Io. This is... Nee, Callisto, Europa, I'm sorry. Io and Ganymede. Are you still in Utrecht? Yes, Django. I'm still in Utrecht. I moved within the city. To the outskirts of Utrecht. So you're welcome to come along and chat about astrophotography. Oh, what is this? I'll hide this guy. Okay. But always nice to have. I think I will take one capture. Having this wide field view is always nice. I don't need 100 captures. Maybe a 1 minute capture will be enough. So what I always like about these wide field images that, of course, obviously you can see the moons. And yeah, you can then combine, of course, a close-up video you took or a close-up picture you have taken of Jupiter. You can, of course, put that in the picture. So you will have a picture of both the surface details of Jupiter with the moons in a wide field picture. Anyway. LXT autocolor. Is that what's causing this? Could be. Oh yeah, the white balance is on auto. Yeah, you're right. Maybe that helps if we just... Whatever. Let's hope. That improves the image. So we're taking a 1 minute video. So Callisto on the left, on the upper left. Then we have Europa on the leftist, the bottom left. And then we have Io on the right and Ganymede on the far right. So this is tricky. Yeah? So when we want to capture the moons, we have to increase the exposure time, but we lose the surface details of Jupiter. And when we decrease the exposure times, we lose the moons, but you can see the cloud bands of Jupiter. So a lot of people ask, why aren't the stars showing in the pictures they took on the moon, for instance? Well, the pictures they took on the moon, they had a relatively short or very short exposure time. And that's why you can't see the stars. So when I increase the exposure time, you can see them. Yeah, I know. Raw fixed. I was actually, I was doing the RGB. I've been trying both. This is RAW 16. Yeah, it's maybe, let's put it on RAW 16. Maybe it's a bit better. Thanks for that, Alex. So shall we try to find Mars now? I think so. Or would you like to see more of Jupiter? So this red spot, we can zoom in a bit again. The red spot is going to disappear. It will be here for an hour or two, I think. So here we have Jupiter. Maybe 200. So this is RAW 16. Let's put it back to RGB. Nah, it's both a bit. The white balance is a bit off. So I have put it on auto again. So yeah, I think we're going to say goodbye to Jupiter, if that's all right with you. Try to find Mars. It may take a while. First thing I have to do is, because it may take a while because we are so zoomed in. And I don't have the best solution in terms of guiding. Oh, ships. I should first disconnect this. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Can you follow? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So let's reconnect. Hopefully this works. Okay. Let's see if we still have. Yeah, we still have the planet in the field of view. So I needed to switch my. Yeah, I need to take care of that. Anyway, my mount is connected to Stellarium now, and it was connected to the guiding. So here we have Jupiter one last time. And all right, maybe sync. Yep, that always helps. And okay, I will check outside if I can get to Mars. Yep, Mars is pretty high up in the sky. At least for Dutch skies. So what can I do here? We synced already. Current coordinates. Oh, what did I do? Sorry about this. Is it now the right time? 9:1, yeah. Current object, slew. So here we go. Let's hope the mount is able to find. So we're slewing. Let's put this to 1 second. Let's increase the gain a bit. Let's hope for the best. I may need to... Oh! The best! There's Mars. Oh, that's cool. I was hoping for this. This will save us quite some time. So let's put it in the center. So here we have Mars. So I needed to check out if Mars was actually above some of the trees we have. So that's why I went outside and just checked if Mars was above that. It was far above the trees already. Above the tree line, so good for us. Maybe we can go down now with respect to the... Yeah, I'm taking 1 second pictures now, so let's move that to here. So you see how small Mars is. Let me first put it in the center, and then I'll try to minimize the capturing area. Astro Republic, 2 months, no imaging. Yeah, I heard a lot of people in the UK complaining about the streak of clouds in the sky. I think we also have had clouds, but we are also lucky. I think you can look at my live streams actually. I have been doing some solar imaging, so that doesn't count if you're only doing planetary and deep sky. But we did have some clear nights in November still, so I was happy with that. So this is Mars. See how tiny it is. So this is my entire field of view. And can we see some surface details? That's the first thing I want to know. I didn't check. I have to also check outside my scope. Okay, let's put gain a bit on maybe 250, something like that. Increase the... Yeah, I do see some surface details. So this is... the closest I can get to Mars is this. Let me first... Oh. Yeah, it is pretty small. So it's half the size of the Earth, eh? Mars. About oh, ships. Oh, but what am I doing? Oh, it is so small that... Oh, okay. I have another... Yeah, now I know what the issue is. It's so small that it moves... Yeah, sorry. I cannot talk and reposition Mars at the same time, apparently. Oh, I need to go to the wide field view again. Where is it? It's gone. I did something. Ah, ships. It's gone. Oh, okay. I will quit talking and first try to give you a good view of Mars. Oh, where is it? It's gone. Oh, stupid Wido. I don't see it. I don't see it anymore. What happened? We slew a bit around. And then something happened. That's not good. That's not good. Let's try to reposition. Current object. Slew. Let's see if we have it again. Ah, here it is again. Okay, Wido, stop talking and start concentrating. I can do two things at the same time, apparently. As most males can't. Just kidding. Oh, it's gone again. Oh, what is that? My slew is super fast. Why? I'm at 1. Maybe I should do 2, 1. Sorry about this. There's something wrong with my slewing rate, I think. I lost it again. Okay. I'm an idiot. Current object. Slew. Hopefully, yeah, here it is again. And south. So here we go. Let's first center it. There was something happening with my slewing. Mars, I'm not giving up on you that easily. Ladies and gentlemen, the red planet. It's a bit white at the moment. So there are a couple of, you would also almost say moons, but they are stars, I guess. Stars. It's because Deimos and Phobos, I checked this in a previous view. Somebody asked me if I would be able to show like the moons on Mars or the moons around Mars, which are named Phobos and Deimos. But then I checked out the diameter of those moons. They were only 20 kilometers. So that's about, what is it, 15 miles, 10 miles, 15 miles in diameter. So definitely at 80 million kilometers with my telescope, I cannot make out a moon that is only 20 kilometers or about, what is it? What is it then? 10, 15 miles in diameter. I'm not very good at miles. 1 kilometer is 1 mile is 1.5 kilometers, right? Something like that, or 1.4. So here we go. Almost, it has to be completely centered before I can zoom in. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. North. So, you know, I would be already happy if I could see some surface details, some glimpse of the surface of Mars with my 8-inch telescope. You definitely want a big aperture telescope to get Mars. Here we go. So again, 250, decrease the gain a bit, decrease the exposure time a bit. I think, yeah, I think I do see something. So now I'm a bit afraid to zoom in all the way. Let's just first go like 1000 pixels. So here we have Mars. Is it still in the center? I do see some surface details, so that's cool. Let's go even closer than 800 by 600. Let's position it. Patience. I will get there eventually. So this is more or less in the center. Let's zoom in a little bit more. 640. Okay, 320. And then zoom about 200%. No, that's not enough. 400%. Here we have Mars. Oh, that tiny planet. I'm afraid to touch the controls because we are so zoomed in that every little slew is tricky. So yeah, it is Mars. Let's see if we can do something with exposure. Yeah. It's tiny. That's what it is. Super tiny. So maybe max. Let's see how that works. So guys, I have to transfer the data because I gotta transfer the videos I took of Jupiter. I think, because we are almost... No, it's not the case. I still have 76 gigs available. Okay. And I wanted to check how many videos. Let's see if the videos are actually in. Ugh, my library is a mess. Sharp cap captures. It should be somewhere here. Here. So, okay, 146 items. So apparently I took 100 videos. Now they're not all items. But there's a camera setting, so divided by 2, I think. So I have about 70, 75 captures. Nice. Okay, we still have some room on the hard disk. So this is Mars. What do you think? 40 people watching. 1,000 oak solar filter any good? Siddharth, I wouldn't know. I never used a solar, like the 1,000 oak solar filter. But is it just a regular filter you can put in front of your telescope? Because most solar filters, they're fine. I have a Bade solar filter. I can show it if you want. So just a quick. So this is not a solar imaging session, but I have this one. So if it looks something like this, like you can put in front of your telescope for solar imaging, you're fine. You will be able to spot, spot the sunspots on the surface of the sun. If you want to go beyond that, you have very expensive chromosphere filters. I pay dearly for one of those Daystar Quark chromosphere filters. They will give you a very good look at the surface of the sun, and it will also show you this, like the structure, the electromagnetic chaos actually in the chromosphere layer of the sun, and you wouldn't be able to see it with a regular solar filter. That's pretty awesome. So anyway, let's go back to Mars. So, what can I say? I think I see some surface details. Vaguely. And I'm trying to decide, is it the focusing? I don't think so. It is... Can I go down with the gain, up with the gain? Maybe if I go down with the gain and up with the exposure, maybe it comes a little bit more apparent. So I do see some, like a landmass over here. So let me compare it to what we should say. Should see, sorry, should say. Here. Let's go back to Stellarium. So this was Jupiter. Let's go, so here on the east we have here. Orion is also rising now. In the east we have Mars. And this is what I should get. So this is like the surface that is facing the Earth right now. I do have some nomenclature also, but... Okay, so let's move back and forth. Let's see. This is what we should be getting. Like a little heart, dark heart in the middle. And some landmass. I think we are seeing that, right? So here... I see some of those structures. Is this the volcano? Is this Olympus Mons? I see this big spot on the bottom. Let's go back to the live view. You wouldn't be able to tell it, make it out. But I do see that structure. I do see here that black, like if you look at the dark and the brighter regions, we are able to spot it with the 8-inch. So I'm already happy to have some surface details here. Two of these points are Phobos or Deimos. Are you sure? I don't think so. I don't think I can make them out. So there are 2 points. Phobos is on the right and Deimos... Oh, can I show you this? So if I were to make out Phobos and Deimos, they are only 20 kilometers in size. I don't believe I can do that with my telescope. But please correct me if I'm wrong. So Phobos is on the right. Deimos is on the left. So when we increase the exposure time, are we seeing anything? I have to go here. So I don't see any planet here in the neighborhood or any moon. So let's take like a 3-second picture here. So the moon, it is only about, so I'm not spotting anything. They are only 20 kilometers in size, so I'm not able to pick them up, unfortunately. That's my guess. So here we are again. So if I go all the way to gain 0, let's see what we have then. Yeah. I'm going to try to give you a nice image. Maybe also look at the histogram. So we are around 60 here. Maybe find a good middle ground. So 200 gain. I think we are definitely seeing some surface details. And Mars, oh yeah, Mars is of course then wobbling a lot again. So let's try to guide again. Yeah, well, I have to go back to this wide field image. Hopefully it will do that. Let's go back to auto. So this is Mars. Oh, here we go again. Yeah, this is Mars from like, this is what I'm getting at my widest field of view. This is the camera, the entire capturing area of this camera. So it's a 3840 by 2160 pixel camera. And then we see that Mars is this tiny little dot. Sometimes it also helps to zoom out to actually see these surface details a bit. Maybe look at it from a different size. And I wanted to initiate the guiding. Shall I do that? It's not. Why not? I'm not going to do that, by the way. So now kijk. Look. So this is the widest field of view is 3840 by 2160 pixels. And I have to zoom in all the way to 320 by 240 pixels to actually have a decent view of that planet, of Mars. And here you have it. So that's what I'm doing. I will definitely take some captures. And of course, Mars is a bit slower in its rotation. So I guess because it's a 24-hour rotation, more or less, the same as Earth. So if I want to capture some surface details with Jupiter, I stick to 1 minute, because otherwise you will see some surface moving and you will have a blurry image or blurrier image of the surface details. I think I can go to 2 minutes or maybe even 3 with Mars. So let me just take a 1-2 minute videos. My FPS is also going through the roof. Let's start. Oh, the disk space. It's still saying that we don't have the disk space. Oh, that is stupid. It's not so stupid because I know why. We took a lot of videos of Jupiter. Oh, it's actually 0 now. Oh, okay. I will reposition some of the. I will like transfer the data from Jupiter we took onto a hard disk. Wait, I will be back. I have to go outside for this, so it takes a couple of minutes. So in the meanwhile, enjoy Mars. So right, I plugged in that, oh, Mars is gone, sorry. Let's first take care of you. Oh, Mars is still here, yeah, we are here. So a little bit towards the west, in the center. So let's first try, sorry I have to do this. I have about 300 gigabytes of space, but due to all the, let's say, how are we going to call it? Like live, oh, come on you. What's this? Ah, it's going to Windows Defender, whatever. Go away. New map. Let's call it live. What's the date? 19. So Mars is about the closest it gets. It's like in 10 days, 11 days, it will be on its closest distance to Earth. So yeah, this is a good map. And then we're going to try to... I have to get here. Yeah. How many? 148. What's this? 19. When you see all these individual captures, they are 4 gigabytes in size. Oops. It did. Like I'm just checking if the Jupiter data, like 21, 19. Yeah, I think it is okay. It's a bit strange. 48, 48. Oh, yeah, now it's okay. Sometimes 2 minutes in between, sometimes 1 minute. Anyway, sorry, I'm dwelling on things I shouldn't dwell on. So let's copy them to my external hard drive. It will take a while, of course, with so many files. So, Jupiter time-lapse IO, something like that. Raw videos, paste. And now it isn't definitely not the fastest computer I'm working with. 1 hour and 10 minutes. No. Let's hope it will increase the speed. 241 gigabytes. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Okay. So in the meanwhile, let's take a look at Mars. So hopefully the speed will pick up a bit. 240 gigs? That is a lot. Okay. See what you need to do to take a decent time-lapse video of the planets. You have to take in like hundreds of gigabytes of data and process it. You have to be a little bit crazy, right? Okay. Let's go to east. The chat is gone. Let me go back to the chat. So, but I'm happy with clear skies, of course. I saw a lot of you have clouds, so yeah, I should be counting my blessings. I do count my blessings. I can see the polar ice caps. Can you? I think you can. It's a little bit whitish on the top, in the north. What are you using to view these planets? Yeah, Rolla, I'm using a telescope in my backyard. It's on the bottom left, but if you're not an astrophotographer, you probably are not aware of the meaning of the setup. So the Edge HD 8-inch, that's actually Celestron Edge HD 8-inch. It's a telescope, a mirror-based, like a Schmidt-Cassegrain it's called, telescope. It's a mirror-based telescope. And it has about 8 inches of aperture. So there's a like an 8-inch mirror at the base of that telescope. And with that, I can capture quite some light. So it's a lot bigger than your standard camera. And the focal length on this telescope is about 2000 millimeters. So I'm zoomed in. It's about 2000 millimeters right now. And I also have a planetary camera, the ASI 678MC. And that camera has very tiny pixels. The pixel size is only like is it mu, how they call it? So the combination of a long focal length and a tiny pixel size on a planetary camera, that's how I can show you these live videos of the planets. I definitely see some surface details. I wish I could be videoing these surface, but I'm first transferring the data. 2% only. Oh my god, this is so slow. 1 hour and 10 minutes, really? Pooh, maybe I can delete already a couple of the things that have been transferred. Let's see. Sorry for this. My hard disk is full. Let me think. Are you plate solving? No, I have a guide scope. Or no, I have a. How is this thing called? A finescope. I just have a finescope and I aligned it with my with the camera view I got during the day, and then it was not very easy, but relatively easy to find Jupiter. So what you can do is align your finescope if you're not plate solving. All right, sometimes because at 2000 millimeter focal length, it's sometimes also difficult to plate solve. And an alternative you can use is just use a finescope on your main scope and then really align it with the center of the field of view you're also getting through your camera. And then at night you can just use the finescope to point to the planet, and then maybe also first use an eyepiece to check if the telescope also has the planet in the field of view, and then put your camera in. That's what I usually do, Chris. Don't forget the guide. Yeah, I will. But I can't tape it yet. I'm still transferring 5%. Oh my god, 136 items to go. 229 gigabytes to go. Hey guys, maybe I should then first initiate the guiding. That's maybe a good idea. Who is that? Alex. Alex, you're absolutely right. I will first attempt to initiate the guiding again. So I will go back to a wide field to see how small this planet actually is. And yes, then I have to do some tricks as well. Hopefully it will respond while I'm transferring the data. Sometimes my computer is completely shuts down. So let's see, that would be this out. Configure telescopes, disconnect from Stellarium. Let's reconnect it here in the guiding. And hopefully it will. Oh no. Oh, there it is. And start tracking. And let's see. Oh, let's also connect the guide camera, which is a ZWO120, by the way. It's the cheapest CWO camera that's out there. Yeah, it's still responding. That's good. And we still have Mars somewhat in the field of view. And let's zoom in again. Right. Go west, go west, go west, go west. I think it's clearing up a bit. I think the surface details are a bit better, but I think also because I'm zoomed out a little bit more, I see less wobbling. Yeah, here we go again, Mars. The Martian. Is he still there? No. He was picked up, right? They caught him on the Hermes. Let's see. Oh, west. Let's put that in the center. And let's zoom in to 400%. Here we are. Here's Mars. Pretty cool. I do see these details. This is what we should be getting. But this is real. I don't like this. I do like it, but this is real life. We do get this. You see this little like black features, these black features in the middle, and then we have this landmass. I guess these black features are the lower levels of Mars, like Mars at lower altitudes, I think. And let's go back to the live view. Yeah, I definitely see some resemblance. Let's okay. Oh yeah, and let's start to guide. I forgot actually to initiate the guiding. But of course, I need to start it. Let's see if there are any stars that I can detect. I think so. It's looping at 1 second now. I see 1, 2, 3 stars. Okay. Auto select the brightest one. That's fine with me. And here we go. Let's hope this helps to keep Mars in the center. Of course, Mars is moving at a different speed than a guide star as a planet, but I think the difference is not so big. I also did it with Jupiter. Anyway, Mars. So about half the size of the Earth in the field of view. Yeah, why RGB? I don't see a lot of difference between 16 RGB and RGB, to be honest. This is our raw 16, who is it? Alex? And this is RGB 24. So yeah, tell me. What do you know, when I use RGB 16, sometimes I get a nasty Bayer matrix pattern in the videos also. I don't know why. I have been getting adequate results with RGB, but just correct me if I'm wrong. If you're using RAW and you're getting good quality images, then by all means continue to use the RAW setting. Yeah, I know. Oh, Edward, yes, definitely with my mono, like my 2600 Mono Pro or the 1600, my deep sky cameras, I definitely use the 16-bit files, the FITS files actually. So yeah. Anyway, I have to check up a little bit on my daughters. They are just they are playing very loud music. I don't think the neighbors would like that, so I need to talk to them. And how is that transfer going? Oh, 11%. I don't think it will take 1 hour and 50 minutes. Maybe it will. Anyway, I will check up on my daughters, and it will transfer a bit the data, and then I will be back in about 5 or 10 minutes, and let's talk then further about Mars, because Mars will also, I think Mars will get higher in the sky. So I hope depending on the clouds also, I hope the planetary features will increase or will be even more visible when Mars is higher in the sky for me. Right now it's at 31 degrees, and we checked it. It's going to climb to 60. So yeah, guys, I see you in a couple of minutes. I will put up some music. I hope you like it. Oh no, I can't put up the music because it was on the external hard drive. Anyway, see you in about 5 or 10 minutes. Wat zijn jullie aan het doen? So, Mars is still in the field of view, I see. So my daughters, they don't want to go to sleep. Surprise. Big surprise. So I told them they could watch one more television show. Oh, ships, I was guiding. So yeah, you see that there's a little bit of drifting. Let me put Mars back in the center. Yeah. Right, let's continue the guiding. Yeah. Auto select star and do your thing. So here we have, I think Mars is looking great. How is the data transfer? 1 hour still. That's a bit too much, huh? 23%. Pooh. 84 gigs. Let's see how much time for 1 gigabyte. It's taking quite some time. 60 megabytes per second transfer. I'm sorry to bother you with this. I thought I had enough space, but anyway, we do have the live view. And let me also check. Let me check your chat. Let's see. Happy birthday, Terry. James. James in the house. So, yeah, while I'm doing the data transfer, and while I'm getting my chat back up, let me also show you why it is so interesting to look at Mars in the night sky right now. Probably a lot of you already know, but some of you might not. So, and some of you might have tuned in later. Where's that chat? Oh, I was using my smartphone for something else. Let's see my channel. And here you are again, hopefully. Oh, there's some nasty users. Why? Okay. Happy birthday, Terry. Okay. So why should we look at Mars right now? Well, if you look at this picture, I showed it already before, but maybe you just tuned in. This is actually the situation. This is the solar system, or a visual representation of the solar system, where you can see all the planets. When we look at the inner planets, this is the situation. You can see that Mars is very close to Earth's orbit in its orbit around the Sun. So what's going to happen is that on the 1st of December we will have a very close, the closest approach to Mars. So that means that Mars will be at its closest distance to Earth in the night sky. That will already happen on the 1st of December. And then 8 days later, Mars is at opposition, as it is called, meaning that the Earth will be exactly in between the Sun and Mars, as you can see here. So that will happen on the 8th of December. But you can see that when Mars is at opposition, we also have, you can see it here, a full moon in the night sky. And actually, what is interesting, hope you're not getting seasick by this modeling with this app. So what will happen? Let me show you in Stellarium. Is that on the 8th of December, somewhere here. You don't see anything. Mars, where are you? Here. This is going to happen. Isn't that cool? Let me show you. Mars. And here we go. So for me, that will be early in the morning. For those of you in the UK and the Netherlands and Germany, this will happen. For me, it will happen at 5:50. So that's 6 a.m. more or less. You see, Mars will go behind the moon, a full moon. And it will reappear again about 1 hour later. Here, for me, you see, I will have an issue. It will be very close to the horizon for me in the west, as you can see here. But that's on the 8th of December, and if you're in the United States, this will happen during like early on in the maybe close to midnight, I think, or maybe a little bit sooner than that, when the moon is for you still in the high in the sky. So you can see the moon occulting Mars, or Mars occultation. It's called, I guess. So that's really cool. I will try to watch it. So anyway, back to that. You can see that it is super good time right now. So right now Mars is still. Don't let this picture fool you. Mars is still. Let me check. Too many apps. Mars. How far are you from Earth right now? Let's see. Where's Mars? Here. So the distance to Mars right now, this evening, is 83 million kilometers. And I know the closest is about 80, I think. So let's see, 83. And then back the 1st December will be 81 million, and then it will move up again. Anyway, so pretty good time to watch Mars in the night sky. Do we still have Mars? Yeah, we have Mars here, a live view. What software is this? Stellarium and Solar System Scope, something like that. Fire capture. I've been here for 10 minutes just reading the comments. James, thanks. I was talking to my daughters, and we just finished a time lapse, hopefully, of Jupiter. So the Io, the moon Io, was in front of the surface of Jupiter tonight. So we first took an hour or so to look at that moon transitioning. And Io, of course, casted a shadow on the surface of Jupiter, so pretty cool to watch. And also the red spot was visible tonight, or still visible if you're going to check out Jupiter. And now we move to Mars, because Mars is right now climbing in the night sky. It's about 35? Yeah, about 34 degrees in altitude now, and it will move higher up to 60. So I'm tracking Mars, and also wanted to capture it, taking a video of Mars. But then I found out that I used up all of my hard disk space on about 100 videos I've made of that Io transit. So I'm now actually transferring that. Here you can see it. Jupiter time-lapse captures different videos. But oh my god, it still says 1 hour and 5 minutes to go. 32%, it's moving slowly. So I'm waiting for that to end so that I can move on and capture Mars. But maybe I can, let me check out some videos that are already transferred. Is this the right one? I don't think so. I should check here. How is that transfer going? So raw videos. Let's see. Is this the actual time of the transfer or the time of this? Is it the time of the transfer? That's also a bit tricky. Let's see what I already, because I really want to do some captures. Sorry, I need to. Why is it not going? No. remote controlling this. So let's see. When did it start? 1920, 10:30, 12:30. I need to check how these files are called. It's a bit strange. Is there any kind of structure? 6, 8, 10. Oh, 9, 28. Yeah, okay. So 7 o'clock to 10 before. Yeah. 20, 20, 20, 20. Why is it always 20? No, this is not good. I don't understand what happens here. So is this then the capturing time? 2039, 29. I'm kind of afraid to just delete a couple of them. I will just wait for the full transfer. Ach. Hey, is there anyone else on the chat? Let's see. So let's reposition Jupiter. It's moving a little bit away from the center. So I'm guiding here. Guiding is pretty good. 0.47 RA and 0.25 DEC. But of course, still, I'm guiding on the star, and because Mars is a planet, it of course has a different speed at which it moves across the sky. That's why, of course, it's a planet in our own solar system. So I still experience a little bit of... Oh, what did I do here? I still experience a little bit of... yeah, like a discrepancy between the rate at which the star is moving and the rate at which Mars is moving. Anyway, let's continue the guiding. Auto select star. Here we go again. Mars is not really in the center, but almost. My daughter, yeah, she's fine. She's fine again. She had some bad grades at the school, actually, but apart from that, she's healthy. Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit 37%. 50 minutes to go. Is it not getting any faster? I took about like 300 gigabytes of videos of Jupiter. That's maybe a bit much, maybe. So what can we do, eh? What can we do? Let's see. We can go back. Oh, ships. I shouldn't have done that. First go to auto. Okay. So this is Mars. We can, of course, take a long exposure picture here. See what else is in the neighborhood of Mars. So these are 2-second pictures. Are we seeing any other stars? No. We're not, right? It's only Mars. And also, I cannot pick up the Martian moons as they are so small. Let's see, if I take a 10-second picture, can we see anything in the neighborhood? You might want to change it, yeah, to our raw 16. We do have some stars on the left. And they're not really bright. So Mars is now in the constellation, let's check. Taurus. The bull. Yep. But I could, yeah. Some people, they say that these might be the moons, but I'm pretty sure they're not. Those are actually some stars that we see in the background. And yeah, as you can see, Mars is so small, huh? So I really have to zoom in. This is like 3000 by 2000. I have to limit my exposure time a lot. Maybe to 10 milliseconds. 5 milliseconds. Two milliseconds. Here we have it. Then we see some surface details. And let's go back again. Let's zoom in all the way to until we have a decent, or at least some view of the surface details. So I should learn the like the topography, or what's it called, the areography, topography, I guess, of Mars. Bet meeting. Oh, I don't know what it is. So yeah, so you do see some surface details. But can we then also understand what they are? I don't think that does Stellarium have any? I know that in Stellarium you can, let's check it. You can go to a planet and then ask for, I think it's F4 or something. So you can then actually ask for the nomenclature of that planet. Labels and markers, where is it? Let's see, SSO, solar system object, show orbits, show trails, no, show planetary nomenclature, this. Here, and then it shows, it's a bit, I don't know. So apparently, how is it called? Oh, there's so many names here. So that black heart we see, let's see. Let's first move back and forth here. I hope we are able to make out some. This looks very specific. So this is the whole planet. When we look at Stellarium, we see this. So I don't know. I don't see any. What is this? This big spot here on the bottom is called Hellas Chaos. Okay, sounds like a hellish chaos. Hellas Planitia. So, but definitely it's not hell, right? Because Mars is not that warm. It's pretty cold actually on Mars. What is the average temperature on Mars? Do we know that? Let's check. About minus 81 degrees Fahrenheit. But I'm not so good at Fahrenheit. Minus 60 degrees Celsius on average. So yeah. Minus 60. And of course no oxygen, eh? No oxygen. So how are we? So apparently at the bottom we see this bright spot that is Hellas Chaos. Hellas Chaos. Sounds a bit Greek. Okay, and then what do you have? Vichada Vales Huygens. Hey, that's actually a Dutch name. The Huygens probe, you probably know about Huygens, right? Christian Huygens. He was a Dutch how do you call it? Astrophysicist. Anyway, so a lot of stuff is called after him, Huygens. We also had a Huygens probe that landed on the biggest moon Titan of Saturn. And apparently there is also an area called Huygens after Christian Huygens on Mars. So then you know that you really had an impressive career. I mean, I don't see any Wido's AstroForum here. There will never be. Narrow valleys. That's narrow valleys? No, you would say narrow. What is, I cannot, if I zoom in and I think Stellarium is probably not the best to check the nomenclature because I cannot move. Tinto valles. Isidis dorsa. Yeah, it doesn't ring a bell with me. So also when we look at, let's check out, so we can also look at the, like this is what happens if we would like to have a time lapse. So this is right now, if we take a 1 or 2 hour time lapse, not that we have the space, you should be able to make out a little bit of the rotation. That is cool. So it is possible to do time lapse on Mars as well. The planet turns around its own axis every 24 hours. Let's get rid of this nomenclature because I don't see any. I know Olympus Mons. Let's see. Can I hide the nomenclature? Yeah, I can. Oh, but it didn't do it. Show present markers. Here we are. Back to normal. So here we have the live view again. Yeah, the Saturn. I cannot show you that anymore, unfortunately, because it's towards the west and my western views are blocked at the moment. I need to put my telescope in another place, on the roof of my house actually, to be able to see Saturn right now. I did have some live streams like a month ago where we did take a look at Saturn as well. It's still in the night sky towards the west if you want to look at it yourself. I always find it difficult to spot, whoa, what's that, yo? That's a lot of smoke, I think, in front of Mars. Anyway, there's a lot of, I think it's always hard to spot Saturn in the night sky with the naked eye. Jupiter and Mars are relatively easy, but Saturn is a bit hard, at least when I'm in the city. I am in the city, so I have been mistaking another star that was close to Saturn for Saturn. So I was first focusing on a particular bright dot in the night sky. It turned out to be another star. So yeah, really have to look carefully to be able to see Saturn with the naked eye. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe another time. So let me check up on that data transfer. Oh, it's only 50% now. 40 minutes left. Yeah, I did want to take pictures of Mars right now. Let's see how high Mars is in the sky outside. I will be right back. It's about the best time for me. And still no fog on the telescope, so the humidity is quite low for Dutch in the Netherlands. I don't need any dew heater. It is cool to watch, but I really want to capture it as well. Why did I take so many videos of Jupiter? 40 minutes still, 170 gigabytes. I think we are about halfway. So yeah. So is there anything else I should say? Yeah, of course you can also do deep sky tonight. I was actually thinking about doing deep sky. And of course, when you are going to check out objects beyond our solar system, of course, you should know that Orion is rising again. So here we have the constellation Orion. I showed you this before, but some of you might have just tuned in. So if you're going to do deep sky, of course, Orion is the most popular target. You can look at the entire constellation with Betelgeuse about to go supernova, but that can be anywhere in between today and the next 100,000 years. Actually, I've been seeing some channels saying that Betelgeuse is going supernova and that they have live images of that. So don't believe that. Those are bogus channels. When Betelgeuse is actually, if we have some evidence of Betelgeuse actually going supernova, you will know. It will be super bright. It will be as bright as the moon in the night sky. You will be able to see it with the naked eye. Rigel, another blue supergiant star. And of course, yeah, the most famous objects are, of course, you have the Orion's belt here, the 3 stars, and then we have Orion, the Orion Nebula. I imaged that, I think, maybe already 30 or 40 times in my life. It is nice to get a wide field image of Orion. There's a lot of nebulosity around that nebula. You also have the Running Man Nebula, but I also like to try and get a close-up image of the core once in a while. It isn't showing in Stellarium actually, but you have a trapezium, 4 stars at the core of Orion, and a lot of new stars are being born in that nebula. So you actually can see, the star formation process. If you're able to look at the core. And by the way, if you're going to image the core, only 10 seconds is already enough. We could try to find the core. We could do some live stacking maybe. And another thing I want to show you is Alnitak here, the left star on Orion's belt. If you zoom in, you have the Flame Nebula and the Horsehead Nebula, very popular nebulas. And Alnitak is super bright, is a super bright star. So when you're going to image that, you will have some trouble with Alnitak. It will outshine Horsehead and the Flame Nebula. You will have some glaring to deal with most of the time. But anyway, we are still waiting for that data transfer. Hopefully we will get close to... Mars is still in the field of view. Do we have a better view now? Hello, Pyungun Chupun. What about Neptune or Uranus? You want to visit places, I understand. I don't know. Where are they? I don't see it. I don't see Neptune. Neptune would be like a super small dot in the night sky. You wouldn't be... Ah, it's also in the west, sorry. And Uranus? Am I showing you this? I don't. So... yeah, I don't have a western view right now. So here we have Neptune. Oh, Neptune, this one. This is Neptune. You see, it's close to Jupiter, but it is here. That's nice. So Neptune, let me see. The diameter of Neptune is about 2 seconds. 2 arc seconds, I think. And Jupiter is 45 arc seconds. So it's basically 20 times smaller than Jupiter. And Mars, how many arc seconds is Mars right now? Mars is 16 arc seconds. So it's 8 times smaller than Mars. So I could show you Neptune, but you wouldn't be able to see any surface details. Oh, sorry, my screen was a bit low. So this is like 8 times bigger than Neptune, this view, and this is the smallest view I can get. So my capturing area is 320 by 240 right now. So Neptune would be this small little bluish dot. I don't think you will be satisfied. What do you think about a 102mm telescope? Well, in general, I think that's a good aperture. It depends on the rest of the scope. I think if you were talking about a refractor, a lens-based telescope, always check out... It depends a bit on what you want to do with it, of course. Do you want to use it for visual astronomy? Do you want to use it to look at the planets? Do you want to use it for deep sky astrophotography? You need to answer those kind of questions first. I know it's difficult to do. People always ask me also, what is the best all-round telescope? And I think it is maybe the telescope I'm using right now. The Edge HD 8-inch or an 8-inch telescope. Mima, you have a 120mm telescope. What are you doing with it? Are you looking at the night sky? Are you taking pictures? Paris in the house. Ginakopoulos. Paris has been here before. He's also from Greece, probably. Paris, you've been here before, right? So we're looking at Mars. And my data transfer is pretty slow. 25 minutes. 93 gigabytes to go. So it's transferring all the data I captured tonight of Jupiter, the Io moon transit of Jupiter, and the red spot. It's transferring all that video data on an external hard drive, because I don't have any room left to get a video of Mars. I should have taken care of this. Anyway, that's the situation. So we are looking at Mars. Oh, no. Oh yeah, actually it's not guiding, I think, now. Because of the lack of space. So then we might as well just turn... Let's see what happens. No, it's still guiding for some reason. Yeah, let's quit the guiding. Let's reposition Mars. And let's continue the guiding again. Poof. I've been looking at Mars right now. Paris, you also did look at Mars? Great. I think this is the best time. I already said it in the stream, but it's the best time to look at Mars, especially when we look at this picture. So this is the solar system, and this is the actual time. You see how close Mars is to the Earth right now. Still about 80 million kilometers, a little over 80 million kilometers, but it's as close as it will get to Earth. The beginning of December is the best time, but of course we have to deal with clouds. You never know if the weather is good, so maybe this will be one of the best times for me to capture the red planet. You can see it will move in front of Mars, like we will be in opposition in December. And then afterwards, of course, we will move away because our orbit is a lot faster than Mars. And we actually need to wait. Let me show you this. I'm showing you this? Yeah, I think so. Is it showing or is it not showing? I don't know. So we have to wait a year. We have to wait maybe 2 full years until we are this close to Mars again. So... let's see, that will be then 2020, January 2025. So 2 years from now, we are more or less in the same position again. So I would take, if you want to image Mars, this is one of the best times you will get in about 2 years. And here it is. It's still tiny, but you can see some surface details. Pretty cool to see. It's clear, Paris. It's kind of cloudy, but it's clear. Yeah, I have the same thing. So the data transfer, guys. Hopefully, how many? 67% complete, 25 minutes to go. So guys, I'm going to check up on my daughters. They need to go to sleep. So it will take me about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on their mood, to get them in bed. And then I will be back. The data transfer will hopefully then be completed. And I will take some captures of Mars. So hang around if you want. I will be back in about 10 minutes. See you. Oh, my webcam was actually off. Ah, see you. kunnen we nog morgen. Eerst eventjes hier wegleggen. So hi guys. I put my children to bed, so I need to keep my voice down. I still see that Mars is still in the field of view. And the data transfer finally is completely finished. 7 minutes still, 22 gigabytes. So let me put back Mars in the center of the field of view. Can we do that? Oh, it isn't responding because of a lack of space. It's really slow. No. Chips. So how many more seconds? 5 minutes 30. I think we have to wait for these 5 minutes. And then I will delete. I hopefully will have successfully transferred all the data to this folder. So I have here, this is my external hard drive. I've captured like, what is it? Let's check it out. I think over 200 gigabytes of data to record like 1 minute videos. 225 right now. 1 minute videos of the time lapse of Io in front of Jupiter. So we saw Io, the moon, transitioning across the surface of Jupiter earlier this evening, and I have made all these videos that I need to process in order to make a time lapse. Sounds a bit crazy, but that's what I'm planning to do. I did a time lapse of the Io transfer, the Io transfer before, and the quality was average. So I'm hoping that I tonight I have already captured better data than on that night before. Still 4 minutes and 20. I still have 15 gigabytes left to transfer. And the point is that I want to make videos, or capture videos, or save videos of Mars, so that I can process them into a picture. But I ran out of space on my hard drive, so that's why I am transferring all the data now. So 3 minutes left. Come on, data transfer. Oh, I can't do anything else. 10 gigabytes to go. So Paris was chatting with himself, I think. .6. So yeah, let's look at Stellarium. So these are the actual surface details we should be able to see. And I was thinking, can I also do a little time lapse of it? But let's see, it turns like this. Yeah, it's a good time to. Maybe it would be too much to do 2 time lapses in one evening. I'm thinking it's a lot of processing also. But it would also be nice to have some kind of movement on the surface of Mars to be able to capture that. I'll think about it. But we could also like try to visit other places, although Jupiter and Mars are pretty much the only planets that are in the sky right now, with Saturn. But Saturn is already on the west, like the southwest here. I don't have a view on the southwest at the moment. 45 seconds. So yeah, hopefully it transferred everything correctly. I think so. Because I'm going to delete all that data on the hard disk of the computer I'm using to connect to the telescope and to save all the data. So I think it is okay. 30 seconds. 1 gigabyte to go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And that was the final one. Looks all right. All of the data is here on the external hard drive. We captured a total of I captured a total of 242 gigabytes of videos on Jupiter earlier this evening. I will now collect the external hard drive. Whoa, it's really freezing outside. So let me just check out on another computer if I did actually transfer the data correctly. Let's see. Oh, it's jumped here. Here. Live. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like I have everything. 242. All right. So let's hope for the best. I will delete the data here because I have no space left whatsoever. Ooh, it's pretty tricky this. Okay. So now it should open. Yeah, it does. Okay. Let's reposition Mars. And let's take a couple of videos. Also, I want to check. Let me just briefly check my telescope. Maybe I can focus a bit better. shouldn't have tried to refocus it. It was fine. Let me check out. Okay. I think this is about the best. Okay. Now I lost it. Stupid. Never listen to other people. Okay, 1080. Here we go again. Here it is. I think this is about the best we can get. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit. Let me finally do a final check on the focus. Alright. Yeah, this is about the best we can get. All right. Whew. So finally I can capture some videos of Mars. Let's do that. Let's zoom in as much as possible. And that would be this view. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. There's something. I don't think the sky was a bit better. Like a couple of minutes ago, like an hour ago. Okay. So yes, also the exposure. What should it be? Maybe 2 milliseconds. I could also maybe go a little bit down with the gain. Let's see. No, that doesn't make it any better. So I'm sticking to 2 milliseconds and 200 gain. I think that is, let's see, 55, maybe 2.1. $60, 2.3. Yeah, I think I will stick to this. Maybe it's a bit bright. 150. 175. You can do endless. I think I will stick to this. Alright, take a couple of captures here. I think I can go as much as 2 minutes on Mars. I think I should also, first of all, I should also check my guiding. Okay, is it in the center? It is, more or less, I think. Alright. A bit west. Alright. Here we go again. Let's start the guiding. Auto select star, it's the same one. Okay. My map needs to change. Let me do a 2-minute capture here. And let me also check the chat if there's anyone left. Let's see. 22 people watching. Hyper 22 people. Oh, Paris. Come on. Jaime, I recommend my focuser. Yeah. Alright. Let's see how this capture turns out. So, I'm capturing actually, I have a capturing area of 320 by 240. So, that's super tiny. But I know I'm imaging now at 0.2 arc seconds per pixel, and I know the sky, the astronomical seeing is not that great, so this is just the best I'm able to get. So we'll just take a couple of quick videos here, and let's see what comes out. I do have a super fast frames per second, or at least relatively fast, 120 per second. So how big are these videos then? Oh, it's also dropping a lot. So I'm taking a 2-minute video here. Oh, a lot of wobbling. What's going on? It's maybe a chimney in front of Mars with some smoke coming out of it. Wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of people using the fireplace right now instead of using gas to heat their homes. It's actually a lot of frames. 2 minutes. So this is pretty cool. But there's a lot of wobbling. I actually thought I had a better focus. Ay. Why did I change it? Let me just check. Let's wait for the frames to. So 19,000 frames. Wow, that's a lot. If I go back to this wide field. I do think this is about the best I can get. It's the wobbling. So we see a lot of wobbling. That is of course the atmosphere here in the Netherlands, and maybe also people using that chimney. So yeah. Could I improve my focus? I don't really think so. Alright. I'll take a couple of captures like this. 800 is this view. It's wobbling a lot. Yeah. What do you think? I do see some service features. That's cool. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Right, let's zoom in again. Here we go. 250 maybe. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. I think I just have to hope for the best here. Am I still guiding? I am still guiding. Let's take a couple of captures. I will not do a rotation now, I think. Richard, ik ben nog wakker. Richard is still awake. Congratulations. Paris. Guy. You have taken over the chat. So, yeah, I'm going to do the first couple of captures here on Mars. $127 to go. I am drifting a little bit. Yeah, what do you think? So this is the, let's check Stellarium again. This is the live view I should be getting if I would have a 20-inch telescope. Oh, this one actually. And this is what we are. Oh, Am I showing you this? And this is what we are actually seeing. Yeah, it is kind of the same. I do see these surface details a little bit in the capture. It's like the sky decreased in like the seeing decreased. I saw it a lot better like half an hour ago when my hard disk was full. I think I will just one more time recheck the focus. I don't think it will improve. Why did I touch that focus? Why did I do that? Because somebody in the chat said I should refocus, but it actually got worse. Always the same with that focusing issue when you're zooming in on these tiny planets. It's always tricky. Autostock Stackard will take care of it. Yes, Astro Republic. I hope it will. Wido, what is the current disk diameter? And compared to its maximum, Eduard, I wouldn't say it. It's like I know that it's now 83 million kilometers away, Mars, and at its closest approach, it will be 81 million kilometers. So there's still from now till December, the disk will be a bit high, a bit bigger still. But how much I wouldn't say. I couldn't say. But yeah, of course, if you can, if you want to capture Mars in the most favorable conditions, then hopefully you have some clear skies in the beginning week of December. That would be the best time to capture Mars. So I think it's more the wobbling than the focusing. I will do one final check outside. It's never a good idea because I know it will not improve. But nevertheless, let me give it a try here. I don't think we... I will give it a try. Oh, what is this? Huh? Something's wrong. Oh my god, why did I do that? It's slowly moving out of... here we go. I didn't have a connection. Okay, whatever. Yeah. I'm not going to change it anymore. This is as good as it gets. Right. Let's move Mars again to the middle of the field of view. Let's zoom in. Here we go. Whoa. Still the same kind of wobbling, I think. It's maybe a bit... Nah, it's the same. It is the same. No way. But anyway, I tried. And now I'm actually thinking, is this worse? It's so tiny. It is such a tiny planet. And let's go back to guiding again. Alright, let's go. And let's take another capture. 2-minute capture. Okay. So yeah, guys, I have to keep my voice down because my kids are asleep. What I do like actually is look at my FPS. It's like 300 frames per second. So I'm hoping to get a lot of pictures in these 2-minute videos, and then hopefully when I stack all of these images, or the highest quality images, frames actually, I'm hoping for the best. What about an IR? Yeah, I have the IR filter on my telescope. It is already there. Eduard. So I know some people also use an atmospheric dispersion corrector. I don't use that one. I have an UV IR cut filter on this particular camera. Auto Stacker will take care of the wobble. Astro Republic, I will. I'm hoping for that. So now the question is, Mars is still in the... Oh, sorry. Clicked the wrong button. Let's go back to Mars. A lot of wobbling. Oh, it struggles then. My hard disk struggles. It's dropping now to 80 frames per second. I'm dropping frames. So it can't handle this high speed. But still, I'm ending up with about 18 or 19,000 frames for a 2-minute capture. That's pretty good. I could say the maximum maybe is 240, something like that, to see if that works a bit. I don't think it will. So it's buffered a lot of frames, as you can see. So Mars here in the night sky. So the best views, of course, if you don't have a telescope, just go outside, look towards the east, southeast. Now I would say if it's evening, just look towards the east. You will see an orange star in the night sky, and that is definitely Mars. One of the best times to see Mars right now. But everybody's looking at Artemis 1. Artemis 1. They're finally getting back to the moon, guys. It took them 50 years to return. Of course, we did have these beautiful robotic missions. A lot of robotic missions to Mars. Curiosity, Pathfinder, Opportunity. What do you have now? Perseverance? I think we have Perseverance on Mars. Can't really see the rover. My views are a little bit less. So I think the entire diameter is about half the size of Earth. So it's about 5,000 kilometers in diameter, I think. Let me check. Mars diameter 6,779 kilometers, which is 4,200 miles more or less. So that's about half the Earth in size. But of course, Mars doesn't have any water, or not big oceans. Maybe used to have water. It still has some water. It's been detected, but I don't. I refer to the large oceans we have. We cannot live on those large oceans, but all of Mars is landmass right now. But anyway, it's pretty cold. It's a -60 or -80, something like that on average. Although I've read that at the equator it can be above 0. And what else can we say? No oxygen on Mars. No oxygen. Will be tricky. We have to bring our own. So yeah. Let me reposition it a little bit. Oh, I'm guiding. I can't, I think. Yeah. He immediately detected my repositioning. Right. Auto guiding again. Oh, took another star. Interesting. It's a bit towards the right, but that doesn't matter. Alright, let's do another capture. I'm happy I'm capturing Mars. So maybe I will do a little sequence of 10 or maybe 24 captures then. To see if I can notice. Nah, should I? Nah. I'm on the fence. Oh. An 850 nanometer filter is something else? Okay. There's a lot of stuff for sale. But in the end, I think it also comes down to just having good astronomical seeing on a particular night, and then you might be lucky enough to see plenty of surface details. I also think aperture is the most important issue. If you want to capture the planets, I would say I have an 8-inch aperture telescope. I think this is about the best I can get for Mars. Yeah, of course, you can buy a bigger 10-inch, 12-inch, maybe even 14-inch telescope on the consumer market. It will cost you dearly, but you will be able to get some. Yeah, the bigger aperture will actually help a lot in getting more surface details. But anyway, I'm happy with this. I don't need the best picture of Mars at the highest cost. I'm just looking at the planet. And I do see some surface details. I'm already happy with this. And it is like the closest in 2 years, so I couldn't miss this opportunity. I mean, come on. Who knows what will happen in 2 years? I think I will take a couple more. Oh, it's stating Jupiter. That's not so smart. Mars. Oh, there it goes again. We do see the features, some of the features at least. So this is Mars. This is Stellarium. So there's a... Here it is. Oh. Stay with it, Mars. Mars. we have this. Now wait, let's find a map of Mars. It should be out there somewhere. Checking for it. All right. No, not. Okay. Oh, I lost the chat again. Sorry about that. Yup, the point is now you watch the visual spectrum only. Yeah, I know. Blah, blah, blah. 80 birds IS. Okay. Infrared. Yeah, but yeah. Don't expect too much. I mean, if I would have the aperture, I would maybe go through to the trouble. I mean, if you want the best picture, you need a big aperture. Also, a mono camera, of course. I'm capturing this in RGB, in color. But you might want to go with a mono camera with filters, and then maybe also a special infrared filter. You might be right on that. But at what cost? So I'm happy to see the planets. I'm not looking for the best picture. I'm looking for a decent look. So I do think the Edge HD is pretty versatile. In that respect, I can do some deep sky imaging with 0.7 reducer. And I can do some planetary on, like with the 2000mm focal length and some Barlows. That's fascinating, right? To see another world in the night sky. I always liked seeing the planets. So I think I might actually try to do a time lapse and see what comes out of it. I don't expect too much. Well, that means that I will stay on this target for a while, and that's not so interesting, I think, for you. So yeah, I think I will call it a night. Yeah, so if you like these live streams, give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Of course, when Mars is in opposition and when I do have clear skies, I will definitely return to this planet to show it to you. And also, if you're going to follow the Artemis 1 mission, on Monday they will pass the moon. The Orion spacecraft will be above the moon about 80 miles or 150 kilometers. So we're supposed to be getting some high quality pictures, some great video feeds of the lunar surface when this spacecraft will slow down to orbit the moon. So okay, guys, thank you for watching. I'm going to take a couple of more videos, see if I can get like a small time lapse of the surface of Mars, the Mars rotation, and see you all in another live video. So bye bye.